Hi there, I'm just going to talk shortly about regular expressions and how they can be used outside the lab and the set tool inside Linux. Regular expressions is part of almost any programming language, so like JavaScript, C++, C#, Java, whatever programming language that you choose, it's a very powerful tool. I know it can seem like a bit like magic in the beginning when you start using it, but as you can see, when you've learned regular expressions, you become a superhero. You can do almost anything in a programming language with these regular expressions. What I use regular expressions for most is when I validate data, and as we have seen in the lab, or as you will see in the lab, we can validate, for instance, email addresses, which can be used for both client-side and server-side validation of email addresses when, for instance, a user signs up in a form on the web. You would want to validate it so it's a proper email address. You can do it the same with passwords, with names, and things like that. Another thing is that you can use it very powerfully to, for instance, replace values, and I actually use regular expression a lot when I use my text editor. In a tool, Atom, that we use as a recommended text editor, there's a little button down here. Then when you press Ctrl F, you will get the Find menu, and then you can use regexes in the commands that you write by pressing this button. So let's try that out. I want to find all places where we have the command substitution, so the $, parentheses, and then some type of text, and then parentheses at the end. So let's try that. The $, is a used character, so we will escape that. And then parentheses is as well, it's group character, so we'll escape that. So we don't want it to be, we want it to be escaped, not used as a group character. And we can always see that we match both the $, and the parentheses here. And so now we're going to match the content here. So we want one or more characters, so we use the W. You can use A to C 0 to 9 as well. I like using the W characters. It gets you a little bit more characters than just A to C. So we have a space, so we want the / space as well. And then we want multiple, so we use the plus. And now we get all these characters. We probably want the / as well. And then we want to finish the with the parentheses here. So we see now we get all this. And in Atom you can we can see down here or up here that has like this one as well. So you can actually use it for replacing. So here we could write something other to replace it with. For instance, something like this. So when we replace all, it gets replaced instead of what we had there before. So very powerful tool, regular expressions that can be used in almost any programming language and as well in your text editor. Very neat tool, and as we saw before, you become a superhero when you know regular expressions. Good luck with the set labs and with the course in whole.